I did, yeah. You know, this is why we do the Georgia Vote. We want to make sure that folks who watch 11 Alive, folks who watch the Georgia Vote, get to see the people asking for your vote when they're still running. We talked to both Mike Dugan, his challenger in the primary, and Brian Jack back in the primary. Brian Jack won that primary, and as you just saw from Erica there, went on to win what is a conservative-leaning district. Brian Jack headed to the United States House of Representatives. We should note here now we're standing by for a press conference with Georgia's Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger. That is coming up, we are told, at about 8:30. Stay with us. We know you'll want to see that. We will be taking it live as soon as he gets to the podium. In the meantime, we should note it's a Georgia story tonight, but it's also a national story.
Absolutely.
The polls are about to close, we are told, in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Arizona, 3 critical battleground states that are part of the roughly 7 that includes Georgia that could and likely will decide the next occupant of the White House.
And taking a look at the numbers here, we are just pushing over 2 million total votes coming in, still at a 36% estimated total vote. We are keeping a close eye on all of our bellwether counties, as well as just all of the Democratic and Republican strongholds that could really be a key indicator of which way this race would go. 2 of our panelists that were with us, we're going to swap out some panelists soon, but I thought it was actually indicative for Fred Hicks, our Democratic strategist on the panel, looking at these numbers, saying that he thought it was going to be a bit of a closer margin here in Georgia. And if we could pull up our map, we can see that margin, it seems to, as I said that, it kind of went down a little bit, but it does seem to be about just under a 10-point difference here. And it is not as close as what some people might think. It also seems like we have come over that 2 million votes.
Sorry, guys.
2 million
this is what happens
cast.
when you let me drive the map here, but you're right. This is kind of the big box. If you're looking for, okay, what's the headline? This is it, this box over here. This is the total Georgia vote tally. 2.2 million votes have now been recorded at 8:16 p.m., which is only about an hour and a quarter after polls have closed. Pretty remarkable early returns, and the fact that they're getting turned around and tabulated so early right now with about, watch, I'm going to draw on the map again, so everybody hold your breath here. Let's see if I can do this. Voila. About 41% of the estimated total vote is in. 2.2 million votes total, with Donald Trump up with about a 10-11%. And just like that, we had some more come in. 10-11% margin right now. But when you look at this map, Faith, you and I both, we've been talking with some of the best political experts across the state for many months now on the Georgia Vote, and even before we came on the air way back in the spring with the Georgia Vote. The story in Georgia often is one of urban versus rural. You see Democrats in statewide campaigns really work to try to run up the score, you might say, in the core metro area of Atlanta.
We could see that.
Yeah, let's take a look here. And also you see Macon, to a lower extent, to Dougherty County, where Albany is, and out in southeast Georgia, Savannah and the Augusta area as well.
And we've seen the campaigns, I mean, really spend a lot of time. That was kind of the headlines throughout the campaign. The former president campaigning in blue Cobb County, campaigning in Fulton County, here in Atlanta, J.D. Vance in Atlanta the day before, what was it, Sunday, I believe he was here? Or was that Monday?
Monday, that was Monday.
That was yesterday he was here.
Governor Tim Walz was in Cobb County on Sunday. They all sort of blur together at this point.
At this point, it just seems like, but the picture I'm trying to paint here is that both of these campaigns were going after areas that were not traditionally blue or red. And those campaigns were doing a very big push to try to speak to some of those disinfected Republicans and disinfected Democrats to try to get them to switch over.
And I think right now we want to go to